Hey,
Is it on now? Are we in?
are we in, Pete?
It says on our computer that we're on, but I don't know if that's right or not. I live in a rogue life. Okay, Pete says we are in. Good deal.
Yay!
I have no idea what we was doing wrong. He clicked something and fixed it, so I guess that's really all that matters.
Took a hammer to it.
Thank you guys for coming in.
We appreciate it.
So this week, rough, rough, rough week. Um, he's still got to go back in to get another X-ray on his wrist.
Yep.
He's supposed to be wearing his brace, but he's not because he is a toddler and doesn't do what he's told to.
Yeah, well,
So yeah, but he's supposed to go back in tomorrow to see if they need to do another X-ray. They said that it was sprained, but the doctor's not convinced because the X-ray didn't show an actual break or anything. But the doctor isn't convinced that it's not at least fractured, and said something like, if he wears his brace for a week, he then come back in and they may want to do another X-ray to see if it's actually cracked. So we go back tomorrow to get another X-ray, and we'll see then.
yes, dear.
He's a toddler. I man child. You're supposed to do something. It's like it's wearing a brace for a week. It's not that hard to do. It's not like it's a week.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything right now, so I'm just sitting here.
Who told you to wear it for a week? Anyway, bigger hammer always works, Pete says.
Yes, it does.
Well, here's the thing. It's the same wrist that he broke um, a few years back, and the doctor put a cast on it because it was like broke. Put a cast on it, and this one decides that it was too hard to work in a cast. So the little part that goes like right here, he he like smashed it so that he didn't have to deal with it. He said it was annoying him, so he just smashed it. Um, Went back in to have it checked because you have to go in every so often to have it checked. Dr. seen it was broke, asked what happened. He tells him that it broke when he was trying to work. So the doctor, that didn't work out so well for him. So the doctor ends up putting a thicker cast on. And then instead of it just having like a little band here, he made it like a big thick band. So his hand was like this in the cast. Well, he makes this one mad because he can't just crush it with his thumb. So he takes a hammer and he busts this thing off. Goes back in a few weeks later to get it checked like you're supposed to. And doctor again sees that it's busted, asks what happens this time. He's like, oh, I was working and it got broke and blah, blah, blah. And the doctor's like, I know what you're doing. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't knock it off, you're going to end up having to get surgery. And if you come in and I have to put another cast on you, I'm casting you up to here.
Yeah, he did say that.
So
He did say that.
I'm telling you, it's a man child.
It's not bad. It's hard to work with them daggone things on. So
Well, you're not supposed to be working with it.
we just gotta custom fit them.
No, you're not supposed to be working with it. You're not. That's the whole point of having it in there, is to not work with it.
He didn't say I couldn't move my fingers. He just said I couldn't move my wrist.
If you're moving this, you're getting to move the wrist because you're able to do this. So anyway, dealing with that, and then I hurt my back again. So it's just been one of those weeks where it's just like, Yeah, that's fun. But I did see your little video that you put out today, Pete, and we are very happy to hear that it wasn't your heart.
Right.
So, yay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's wonderful.
Pete's Little Homestead says, I got 3 rows of taters in today. That is awesome.
What kind of taters did you plant, Pete?
None of ours have come up yet. I keep looking. I don't know how fast they're supposed to come up, but we put them in last week.
Yes.
Well, I guess it'll be a week Saturday. So I guess it's only been 5 days. But there's nothing yet. I keep looking, hoping that I'll see something, but I don't know how fast they're supposed to come up.
That I don't know.
So how fast does anybody know how fast they're supposed to come up? Because I don't know. It's our first time ever even trying to grow them. So
right, it is.
Yukon Gold and Red Pontiac in Kennebec. And Yukon Gold, isn't that what we?
Yukon Gold is what you planted in. 1 or 2 reds.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're just red from the store. I don't really know what.
If they will come out.
I don't know. They weren't seed potatoes, so I don't know if that'll make a difference.
Oh yeah, and we're live from the front porch today.
Yeah. We was hoping to be facing the other way so you guys could see the greenery, but we just had a storm roll in, and so our internet we're lucky to even
wonderful. Our internet is awesome. Got big plans for the garden, Pete?
What are you doing? Why do you keep hiding that?
I just left it on there.
Oh.
I'm hiding it. 25 pounds
each. Oh, wow. You're a tater eater.
Yeah.
Probably for all that potato salad.
Yeah.
He's a potato salad man.
Potato salad and Dr. Pepper.
Speaking of which, the potato salad, that was the answer that I got on his live to win his shirt. So I got a Pete's Little Homestead shirt, and I already have a video planned for that. I've been waiting for it. So
she's pretty excited about it.
Yeah. I think it'll be funny. So yeah, that one will be coming up. Living a rogue life. My potatoes are starting to bloom. Now, do you know how soon it is that they should be showing? Because
I don't know. Remember, I'm innovation. I don't know. I have the only thing I know how long it takes to grow is pumpkins. That's it.
Okay, I guess I'm doing this live by myself tonight because he's going to be really helpful. Okay, so I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do the live on, or at least kind of have an idea of what we were going to talk about. So I put up, I think it was something like plan to work and then work to plan. He says it'll take a few weeks to show. Okay, so they might still be good then. That's good to know. So I don't know about everybody else, but I'm like major planner, and like I legit plan everything. Kind of annoying. And so when we started, because we've had the property for a while, we've tried this, we've tried that, and nothing just kind of seemed to stick. So we kind of talked about how we wanted to get our place set up. Really, in all honesty, it's because we're getting a little bit older. We're thinking more along the lines of retirement and stuff like that. So we started trying to figure out like where we wanted everything to sit at.
Hey, Willow Cove Croft, thanks for coming in.
And so when we started thinking about it, my thought was to try to put everything in like one area that we could, because like before we had chickens in one area, and then the pigs were over on the other side, and then happened to haul the water to both different areas. And then, part of our garden, we had a small part over here, and then another, like the bigger plants, like the pumpkins and stuff like that was growing in a completely separate part. So we just kind of had everything sprawled everywhere.
Everywhere.
And so um, we was like, okay, let's try to make a plan and try to get everything in one area. So we started tearing pretty much everything down that we had built up to then, so that we could then put it where we wanted it. So we had all these plans of how everything was going to set up. And then we started tearing everything down. And if you've seen some of our videos, you've seen us do some of the tear down and some of the put back up.
A mess.
So then winter hits, and I am a winter whiner. I will whine all winter long because it's cold and can't be outside, and I'm a whiner. So, and I have like legit cabin fever, like to the point of I get grumpy, and he's got to put up with me, and yeah, it's just winter's not good for me. So, we well we I started figuring out exactly where I wanted everything, and I got my garden planned out, where I want the vegetables and what vegetables I want in what area, and how I want my garden to lay out, the whole 9 yards.
Look, Prof says, what? People make plans? What voodoo is this?
He's not the plan guy.
No.
He is definitely more of a fly by the seat of my his pants kind of. Well, we both kind of are, depending
on what it is. I say we both are. I think there's some things that we both plan on, and we hope that works out. But there's other times we have to come and adapt.
Yeah. Hey, Frogfoot Holler,
Michael,
how you doing? So all winter long I had been planning how everything was going to lay out, and then the weather breaks, and I can finally get outside. I started doing a little bit of stuff here, a little bit of stuff there, and realized that some of the perfectly laid out plans that I had on paper wasn't going to work in reality.
Yes, the blueprint of awesome.
Mm-hmm. And it's just not working well for me. So I thought the area where the garden was going to go, I thought it was enough. And then after we had a massive rain, there's a part on the right hand side of the garden that kind of does a dip, and we have like clay soil, so water will just sit and puddle in that area. So I tried thinking different ways of how I was going to fix this problem. And then, so my thought was, okay, I could rototill the whole thing and then try to just drag it and smooth it off. But I don't want to rototill because one, it's a lot of work, and I'm wanting to go more towards the back to Eden garden style. But mainly it's just because it's a lot of work.
We don't like weeding.
Yeah.
We do not like weeding.
So my next thought is you guys have seen me with the big pile that we've been using to amend. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that pile and then bring it up to the garden and then dump it in that low area and hopefully level it off and then get back to my perfectly planned garden.
Did you see what Frogfoot's got to say? I make a very detailed plan and picture what I want to do for my garden every year, and I might as well just throw it in the trash.
I've got to show my picture
Yeah, go get your
because
picture and show it to him.
it's really good.
And everybody that's on here, go check out Frogfoot Holler. He's hilarious. Puts out a mighty fine garden too. I'll tell you what, he does a great job. Oh, let's see here. If I tried back to Eden here, the weeds would take it over. See now, Pete, we kind of always did we didn't, I shouldn't say we, she always used paper, cardboard, and mulch just so we didn't have to weed. And we
Yeah,
did,
I didn't know it was the actual method.
yeah.
I was just lazy.
And the weeds will not.
Look, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is. Look how beautiful I had it all planned out. You know, see, I got my tomato plants all right here, my green peppers, my hot peppers. Yeah, I had it all laid out. My raised beds, perfectly planned garden. Like Michael said, I might as well just throw it away because
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it looks good. You got to be even. And
it looks good here. My
look,
problem is I don't know that it's going to look good there.
yeah, yeah. And she does. She does a good job. She lays everything out wonderfully. But we're just going to see how well it actually transforms to.
Yeah, because I don't do like when I say garden, my garden isn't hey Yanis, my garden isn't an actual like what most people consider a vegetable garden. Like mine doesn't go in rows and imagine like a flower garden, but it's vegetables instead. That's pretty much how I garden. It's not like a actual true vegetable garden. Um, it's a it's a it's pretty much a flower garden, but I use vegetables because I have, like taller plants in the back, and then I think about the colors and like certain flowers I know I'm going to have with certain uh, vegetables, and I have little things sitting through it. So yeah, it's pretty much really it's a flower garden, but I use vegetables.
It's always a very beautiful garden. It really is. She always does a wonderful job. It always looks nice. Every time I realize, well, plan is a bust. Yeah, and we've had some of that to where it's a bust.
Yeah, I like that. She says, I agree, rows aren't attractive. I like to be able to go out in because my garden, in all honesty, my garden is pretty much like my therapy. Um, that's where I get my God time. That's where I get my me time.
Right.
That's where I just don't come into my garden arguing, fighting, being annoying because that's like my space. So I like my space to look good, and I want it to like draw me in there, and that's where I want to be spending my time at.
Go in there, read a book.
Yeah, I'll read. I have no problems reading a book.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Or but do you get vegetables from it? If so, it's a garden.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually do. I mean, I put flowers in there, but the flowers that I put in there are more for to draw pollinators or to repel things. Those are really the only flowers that I put in. But I treat my vegetables like they're flowers, so that's how I actually set it up. is like an actual flower garden,
Yeah.
and I just like it to be pretty.
Michael says, look, a garden of peace.
Yes, exactly.
Garden of peace.
That,
Absolutely right.
that really is like that's my whole intent. And this year being because I'm basically starting from scratch. It's all brand new. Like I'm not held to anything, you know.
Mhm.
You know how sometimes when you have a garden and you've just always done it that way, you just continue to do it that way.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like this is a new garden, so I get to do whatever I want. And I mean, obviously, I could have done whatever I wanted anyway. But what I'm saying is it's just a completely clean slate. So I'm really trying to think about more than just the food and gardening aspect of it. But let me tell you, it's got to produce the food because I don't like to be hungry. So that's first and foremost. But the aesthetics, is that the right word?
I would think so. The layout.
How it looks
Yeah.
is really matters to me.
Yeah. Let's see here. Asian gardens flow. They aren't in straight lines.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's wonderful. I do like the garden of peace. Anybody else get garden? Anybody else get envy when they look at other people's garden?
You know what I'm really jealous of? People's greenhouses. Because I don't have one yet.
We have greenhouse envy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I like legit watch people's channels and their greenhouses, and they're building their greenhouses, and it's just like, but those trays that you got, I know you keep posting those trays and you're just doing it to rub it in because you know I like those trays. So don't think I ain't on to you there, Michael. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, you got it rubbing it in. But yeah, it's I would say if we have any envy like that, it is definitely greenhouse envy.
Absolutely.
By far, it would be, and that's in the works for this year because right now it's gardening. Gardening's on. Yeah.
Cajun hydroponics. How you doing, brother?
Grow that.
You got me, dude.
Oh yeah.
I will tell. I have no problems admitting when I got. And I tell you what, you got me. Like when you were, yeah, his live, he was talking and he was giving the secret sauce of how, just to make everything wonderful and grow good in your garden. And he's talking to John from It Won't Grow, and he's giving him the secret sauce of how to make everything grow and do really good. Well, I'm over here and I'm not kidding you. I'm not even joking. I have my little notebook and I'm like writing it all down and everything else. And he says, like, I think it was like half a teaspoon or maybe it's a whole teaspoon of um oh, I done lost it.
The recipe.
No, what Roundup. There it is. He's like, I put a half teaspoon or a teaspoon of Roundup in it and everything. And I'm like writing it down and I stopped and I'm like, really?
Roundup?
And then he puts it across that it was a joke. And I was just like, oh, dude. And then he looks at me and he goes, got ya. Because he'll do that crap to me all the time. And then if I got, he's like, got ya. Yeah. So yeah, you totally got me.
Hi, Abby's live. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I really don't think John knew what to say either, though.
Yeah, but he got quiet. I was like
totally.
I was like totally into it though. I was just like, really, really, and then you said that, and I was just like, huh? What? Yeah. He got me.
Yeah, he got you. Good.
I got.
That was pretty good. I did see Michael's wanting to do a cattle panel greenhouse, a cattle panel greenhouse, and I don't know what we're doing yet. We're gonna have a greenhouse, but we're not sure yet.
Oh, I totally know what I'm doing.
She got a plan. Hey, Brian.
I am all about the plan. Gotta have a plan.
I mean, generally,
Gonna do
I'm on the
anything.
front porch, Brian. That's where I'm at. If you mean anything else, then I mean we're in Indiana. We're in Indiana. But yeah, that was totally hilarious. Grow that with Roundup. Yeah,
You got me.
yeah, got you good. Yeah. Nah, we're not a big row people just because
Well, I mean, I like
wants
rows.
evenness.
I like rows, but I don't like everything is going to be in a row. Like I'm not going to have just a row of this and just a row of that. So like my tomato plants, they're going to go like this and then that way, and I'll have like 3 rows, not almost like an L,
Yeah,
like a picture frame, I guess you'd say,
yeah.
is how my tomatoes are going to be. And then I've got like a triple thing, green peppers, and then it'll break up, and then it'll be a thing of hot peppers. And then I've got like my different brassicas and stuff in like a square. And then I've got some raised beds for like carrots and spinach. And so I've got like, it's like a level thing. But then I also have to, everything has to be even because I'm a little OCD ish. So whatever goes on the right side of the garden, like tomatoes are going to be on the right, tomatoes are going to be on the left too. If there's something on the right, it'll be on the left hand side too, because everything's got to be even, everything's got to be balanced.
Yeah. You may have to show Abby's life the picture just because it's
Well, you can't really see
yeah,
it
you
on
can't
there.
really put it together.
You can't really.
And I see you up there road life 89 degrees when I'm sitting in 60-degree weather or 50-degree weather, whatever it is right now on my front porch. Yeah. Now you're rubbing it in. You're right there with frog foot holler rubbing stuff in.
I'm not really going to complain though, because I can sit out on the front porch and I'm not freezing anymore. So I'm good with it.
Hi, MB
Hey,
Farms.
MB. Is it Michael or Bobby or both? Hope you guys are doing good. If you guys don't know yet, MB Heritage Farms, they started up a group, Garden Gurus.
Yep, Garden Gurus.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to explain. Do you guys just want to come up? Because you guys could explain it better than I could. If you do, I'm going to see if I can do this. I did it last week. I don't know if I'm still do it here.
Yeah, I hear you grow that 75 degrees, whatever. Kind of got close to that.
Maybe if you want to take that and come up so that you can explain more of what that is, because I don't.
Yeah. How did that one work out, Brian, with the Harbor Freight one? We looked at a couple of those like that. We looked at a couple of different ones, and we've seen a couple.
It says the roof caved in.
Oh,
I built a 6 by Harbor Freight one in the house. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
nope, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that.
Maybe can't come up, but I'm going to put this up. If you guys want to know more, just go over to their channel. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a really cool community to get into. Unfortunately, we're kind of tied up at the moment, so
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
yeah, but maybe by next year.
Yeah, maybe next year. We just
when I actually have a garden.
Yeah.
I can't really join Garden Gurus when I don't even have a garden yet.
We got the hookah culture beds almost done. We got the
which that was one of the things that I had this beautiful plan in my head of how that was going to go. But then I heard somewhere, because I have fruit trees, and then in between each fruit tree I did a hugelkultur bed, and then like one of them I did strawberries. And my plan was, because there's a pretty decent space in between, my plan was to do pumpkins in one and then let them grow in between the trees,
Right.
and then watermelons in another and let them grow on the other side in between the trees.
Yes.
Then we heard somewhere that you can't plant pumpkins or watermelons with fruit trees, because then one or the other might not fruit, which I don't know. I would really like it to, because, again, it was part of my plan. And
sometimes
it would look really good if it worked that way.
sometimes the plan gets chucked out the window and you got to do something different.
Yeah. But if somebody can tell me for sure whether or not that would work, can I plant my watermelons and pumpkins with my fruit trees?
Are they going to starve each other out for water?
Yeah, because I would really like to put them in there, but I also, again, it's about the looks, but I need my food.
Yeah.
So if I have to, I mean, I'll just move it. But
you get the watermelon plants and the pumpkins already growing. Actually come up pretty fast, really quick. But we don't know if we can put them in between the trees or not. So I'm not sure if I want to take that chance. I like my fresh peaches on the trees. They're good.
Yeah, and last year we didn't do very well with our apples because the Japanese beetles, they wiped us out. I mean, they annihilated us, and so we didn't. They had already eaten all of the buds and everything off before we even got a chance to get any of the apples. So
yeah. Oh, the panels stayed on them. Well, I don't know. I'm reading Brian's comment there about greenhouse. Pumpkins may be out, definitely not watermelons. Watermelons would suck up tons of water. I know. I understand it, Michael. We've seen some of those pumpkins. They said that they will grow, or they will, 15 to 20 pounds a day on a big pumpkin. And I never knew that. I had no clue of that. That's a lot of water.
that's a giant pumpkin.
Yeah, that's a ginormous pumpkin. Yeah, I guess watermelons are the same way. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. I can't take that chance, because I would hate to go ahead and plant those and then not get our fruit. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. I think we're going to put them over by
Where the old chickens were.
Yep, where the old chicken house was in the old chicken run. And I think it'll do well. She thinks it'll do wonderful there. I don't know. Like I said, this is my first year really growing or doing anything. I'm usually the guy that digs the hole, and that's all I want to do.
But this year he has already done so much. Let me tell you, he has. I'm calling it beginner's luck, because I don't want to admit that he's better at it than I am. So I'm calling it beginner's luck. Next year, if he does that good, then I just may have to eat crow. But he has planted from seed and started, let's see, onions, peppers, watermelon, pumpkins, and there was something else. I can't remember what else it was. But anyways, he's caught the bug, and I think what it is everything, with the exception that he tried the first set of onions that he did. He tried that and they didn't come up, but I think they were just bad seeds. But literally everything else that he has planted since then has taken off. So yeah, I'm calling it beginner's luck, because there was stuff that I planted that didn't quite do as well. So I'm calling it beginner's luck. But if he ends up doing this well next year, then I don't know. Maybe he's just the master seed starter. And then you can just do
Yeah,
all the seeds.
I don't know.
But the greenhouse will still be mine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Back.
Are we back?
There's our good old country internet for you.
Yeah, right there. There it went.
That's what happens out here.
Carolina crosses. I understand, Michael. Those are nice. They're nice. I think I started Californias. I think that's what I planted was California. Then the other pumpkins were just jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. That's all. We had some other pumpkin seeds, but they weren't any good. They didn't. They were old.
Thanks for coming, Pete.
We appreciate it, Pete. Thank you.
Glad all went well with the doctor, and we'll keep praying for a better report for
Everything else.
digestion and everything else. So we'll keep praying on that.
Absolutely.
Be careful going into town. Safe travels.
Yeah.
But yeah, even if he is the new seed man, the greenhouse is still going to be mine because I've always wanted one. And just because you do seeds now doesn't mean that you're going to get my greenhouse.
No.
You can still have the window. You can have the window in the house. I'm a greenhouse.
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't know about the pumpkins and watermelons. Best luck I've ever had at growing pumpkins and watermelon or pumpkins is after we clean them out and I throw them over the hill back there, and then you go back there and there's pumpkins. Like one time we threw one out to the pigs, and we had vines growing again in there.
Oh, and the one that got smashed underneath the pool.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And those went crazy, and we didn't even do anything with those.
Well, we put them in a wagon. Put them in a wagon, and then just stuck them under there, and was thinking, that we would pull them out, and we ended up one of them fell off, and then when we pulled the wagon out, it smashed underneath the pool, and we was thinking, well, with pool water and the chlorine and everything else, nothing was going to happen with it. We figured it would die, but yeah, it didn't die. It ended up taking off.
Right.
Thank you for coming, living the rogue life. Be careful heading home. But yeah, you would think, or at least I thought, that with the chlorine water and the splashing and everything else, that it would kill anything trying to grow. I mean, nothing else grows underneath there. So
yeah, and we backwash the pool there.
Yeah.
I mean, and we didn't eat any of them pumpkins just because of that reason. But we had a bunch to give away, and
we did carvings.
Yeah, we did carvings out of them. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's one. Never planned on growing pumpkins out there, but we had them. They were growing everywhere that year. We didn't even really.
Well, and the bad part is we actually had planted pumpkins, like we had an area for the pumpkins to grow, and we had the plan, and the pumpkins decided they didn't like our plan, so they made up their own and grew where they wanted.
It didn't match up with their blueprint.
It was rude. Go through all the trouble making up all the plans, and then Mother Nature stepped in, or the seed stepped in, or whatever it was. But yeah.
Take care, Abby's Life.
Hi, Abby.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, there you go. Michael, I'm going to put a sign up at the end of the road saying watermelons for sale. If you can pick it up, I'll sell it to you. Well, you better not do that, because somebody might just drive by your house with a forklift, and then you'll have to sell it to them.
Well, if he sells it by the pound, that may not be a bad thing. Do seeds last for the next year? Do you start full? Well, what we did is we I mean, that's probably not the right way. So this is another reason why I don't think I can be part of Garden Gurus this year is because I just kind of do things our way.
We do what
And
works for us. I mean, and I
but
shouldn't say us. She does things that works for us. She's always put out a good garden. It's always grown well, and the pantry's always full for the winter. So
but I always keep a pumpkin back or a couple pumpkins, and then I just let them sit outside and they go through winter, and then come springtime, the seeds are there, so I just pick the seeds up and then I plant them, and it usually works. But I will say with like our my other seeds, I'm a little more picky with. Or if they're like pumpkins that I got like really, really good meat out of, and there was a lot in there. Um, I'll save the seeds just because I want to make sure that that kind of pumpkin grows again.
right,
Um, but yeah, really what I do is I keep what we want out. Like if there's a particular pumpkin or whatever that did really well, tomato, what have you, I will keep that seed, and then I just make sure that I clean it, wash it, not like with soap or anything like that, but just kind of get all the gunk and everything off of it. And then I just let it dry for a little bit, about a couple weeks, and then I got these little baggies that I put them in, and just throw them in the. I might throw them in the freezer, depending on what kind they are or whatever. Or
yeah.
sometimes I just put them back in my seed box.
And it's worked. I mean, it's always worked out well. But Brian, if you're asking, do the seeds last till next year? Yeah, I think they do. I mean, we've had some seeds that were 4 years old, and we planted them, and they came up fine.
Gardening can be very scientific or it can be fun. See, for me, it cannot be both because science is not fun. I failed miserably at science. Awful, awful in science. So give me math, PE, something like that. I'll do good. But you try throwing science at me and it doesn't click in my brain. It
Right.
doesn't work.
But you also know what works for us. It's always done well.
Yeah, but it ain't no science. It's just like, oh, let's see if that works. Well, looky there, it did. It's about as scientific as I get. Looky there.
Look
Looky.
there. Yeah. Michael says, I'm really knowledgeable at what doesn't work. Whatever. Do a great job.
That's actually how I get my knowledge. If it doesn't work, well, don't do it that way.
Don't do it that way, man.
If it works again,
Shouldn't try that. Oh,
if you control your tantrums, you can.
well, that's
I
only on
tried.
fence building, Robert. That's it. Just on fence
Yeah,
building.
that's the only time I would ever lose my cool.
It happens. Oh, I've been known to throw I don't know, a hammer or a fence post before, or
It's really fun. I shouldn't say it's funny. I guess anybody driving by, if they didn't know how we were or who we were, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh!" There was one time we was, I don't know, is this appropriate? Can I tell them
I don't.
the sightings and the what's the things that catches the water? I lost my brain again. Um,
Drip edge,
no,
the gutter.
yeah, gutter.
There you go.
Okay. So yeah, we're we're hanging the gutter up. Don't tell anybody this because this is our little secret.
Yeah, don't tell
Well, not
anybody.
really our secret. I'm sure all the neighbors heard.
I'm sure all the neighbors heard it.
But we're hanging the gutters up, and he's like on one side, and he's got the level and how it's supposed to go, and I've got the dumb end. We're like dumb end of the tape measure, where you don't have to read the little lines, you just get to hold the other side. So anytime you get the easy part, I always call that the dumb end. Well, I had the dumb end of the gutters, and he sits there and he's hollering out, and well, he starts and he says, "Well, pull it towards you." So, I've got the gutters, and he says, "Pull it towards you." So I'm like, I pull it this way, and he's like, "No, towards you." And I'm like, I did. I'm pulling it towards me,
Yeah.
And he's like, "Put the gutter back up against the house." So I'm like, and he's like, "Now pull it towards you." And I'm like,
I lost my flipping mind. I lost my ever flipping mind right then and there.
he says his hammer, because of course, I'm being a smart aleck about it, because I did. I was pulling it towards me. He takes his hammer and he flings it down at the ground, and he's like, "Ah!" Starts screaming, hollering, carrying on like I was supposed to be scared or whatever. Well, I pipe up and I'm like, next time you throw a hammer, make sure you aim it right. I mean, he wasn't throwing a hammer at me, but
No, with the hammer, I could
it was
enter the hammer throw. I could. I'm thinking I could win that. Yeah,
so he was.
the hammer throw.
So what it was, when he says pull it towards me, I'm like thinking legit towards me. And he said, pull it like that way.
Everybody else out there knew what I meant.
No, if you wanted it pulled that way, you should have said pull it left. Take it to your left side. You don't say pull it towards you. But yeah, anyway, that's how we end up getting in most of our fights, is because he thinks I should.
It's a communication error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the weird part about it is he can
Hey, Bomber Steve.
he can speak my language, so I just can't see him.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't see him.
Just don't throw the hammer. Yeah.
Just don't throw the hammer at the. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Brian. We had lost the teamwork at that point. Yes.
Yeah, there was no teamwork.
There was no more teamwork at that point in time.
Especially when, well, and if he would just explain it better and understand that I'm not, because half the time he'll say stuff or he won't even say it. He'll just get mad at me because I don't just know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how am I supposed to know that? Like, I don't have ESP, so, but yeah, see what you do say, pull it towards you. Right. Pull it towards you. Towards you. No, that's pull to the right. That's go right. That is go right. Or that way, not towards you.
Yeah.
Y'all wrong.
Oh. Here, we'll just go with the typical good husband and say, "Yes, dear."
But yeah,
Um,
it's not just me that throws temper tantrums. It's just,
you're not going to enter that argument, Michael? Why not?
but I do. I probably do throw more temper. He is just, sometimes it's almost annoying how calm and chill and relaxed he is. Sometimes it's just annoying. Are you laughing at me or somebody says something?
No, I'm laughing at myself, dear. Mm.
Over my head again.
Oh shoot. Well, I mean, it was just a communication. Yeah. Her tantrum during the fence.
No, that was mild.
That was mild. It was.
Yeah, because if it had been really bad and I walked out and he looked at me, it'd have been like, "What? What are you looking at?" Which I've done that before too. Yeah, because
Oh, funny. But yeah, there was some communication errors during some projects. You people never have that, do you?
But see, here's another reason. That's why you have a plan, because like I have a plan. So even if he can't understand Angie when I'm speaking, I can be like, it says it right here.
That's the plan. But sometimes the plan just doesn't work out, and you got to overcome and adapt.
Or sometimes people don't like paying attention to the plan.
Who are those people? What people are you referring to? Because you clearly can't be talking.
Like the, you know, he's like so bad. Instructions, we will get stuff. The instructions, first thing he does, he opens the box up, instructions,
Well, those are just a minor detail. They're just a setback to waste time.
which is fine so long as you can get it put together. The problem is when he can't get it put together, he's sitting there and it's taking him 10 times longer because he's trying to figure it out without looking at the directions. And then I'm like going back, pulling it out, and I'm like, well, it says here, had you read the directions, the plan.
I don't know what it was. We got something the other day, and I said, "Hey, look at this. I'm reading the directions."
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I don't really remember what that was though. Now, off the top of my head, we got something in.
But that was a rare occasion.
Yeah.
If directions are being read, it's usually he's tossed it and I went and chasing it. And I'm like, well, it says here. And then so I start reading the directions off, and then he's sitting there giving me the, I don't read those things. So I just get to annoy him with it.
But yeah, we've gotten some stuff in, and I said, oh, I got this. And after I look at it, it's put together 14 ways upside down.
If you not get the memo when you got married, it's yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Which would be fine if he said it like that. Yes, dear, but he doesn't. He does yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
He does it to be
You're
annoying.
correct, dear.
I'm gonna smack you in front of all these people. You keep it up.
Oh no, you won't.
Yep.
This is live television. You cannot do that.
Well, they already know you threw a hammer at me, so
I did not throw a hammer at you.
in my direction,
No, I threw it straight down to the ground.
towards my side.
Did I? No, I'm not left-handed. I couldn't have done that.
Yes, you did.
Oh, maybe I did. Yes, dear. No.
You guys have a good rototiller. We do have a good rototiller, but I'm going to try this year not to do any rototilling. I mean, there might be some areas like where the brassicas are going to go and stuff like that I might need to rototill. But because of where my garden's going to go, it's pretty big. So, and our soil is crap. It's clay. So I would have to, if we rototilled it, I would have to put amendments through the whole thing, which would be
That'd be,
super expensive.
yeah, that'd be bad.
So I'm just gonna amend each hole that I put each plant in so that it would be. What are you laughing about?
I'm just reading Michael's comment here. Adding towards are two different things. They are way two different things.
They are.
So,
But yeah, I'm not gonna do much rototilling just because it would be super expensive for me to try to amend the whole garden all at once, especially with it being a new garden.
right.
So, yeah, rototilling is probably not going to be my friend this year.
Nah.
It's not that I'm against rototilling. I'm not like anti-rototill type person. It's just because it's a new garden and because of our soil that trying to amend the whole thing with the size of garden that I want.
It'd be very expensive.
Yeah,
It would
it'd
be
insanely expensive.
Yeah, and it was a shocker to me too, because just for the simple fact, I told her, I said, "Well, it's raining or whatever." I said, "I'll go out. I'll get the tractor out and get the, it's just a garden tractor, simplicity with a rear tine tiller, and then we have a rear tine. I think it's a Honda, and I got rid of the one. We got the rear tine tiller, self-propelled.
The red one.
Yeah, and then we have the tractor tiller, and I haven't started them since last year. And she said, no, don't worry about it. We're not doing it. We're just going to no-till. I said, okay.
That's not what you said.
What did I say?
He's like, what do you mean? Go.
Oh
Good
yeah, because I have no
riddance.
clue. I'm just used to tilling the garden. I'm gonna till. You're gonna dig a hole. We'll dig a
Oh,
hole.
don't you even, Michael. You could put sand in your clay soil. You would not believe how many people tried telling me to put sand in my clay soil. And it's just like, what are you thinking? Do you not know how concrete is made?
It's bad.
Like, I mean, I understand that it seems like that would be like a sound advice because clay soil doesn't drain and sand is very, they have a harder time keeping. So it makes sense, I guess, in theory, but
Is that your
I'm
disclaimer, Michael? Right there. Is that it?
I'm I'm not kidding. And it was on a gardening thing, a Facebook gardening page is what it was on, and they were like, "No, you had to put clay, or you got to put sand in clay soil." And I was like, "You're a fool! You cannot put sand in my clay soil." And this fool, I am not kidding you. He's like all the keyboard warrior, and he's throwing his scientific blah 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 blah, blah out, and it's just like you can put all those pretty words out there, but I am telling you what, come out here and you take some of this soil, guarantee you. You put sand in our soil, you're getting concrete.
Yeah.
And then
You're pouring a foundation with that. You can
so
just pack it right up.
I'm not like the keyboard warrior type person, whatever. I'm just I will get to the point where I'm just like, okay, I'm done with you, and he just keeps going and going and going, and I'm just like, well, in my situation, you are wrong, darling. And he just keeps going on and on. And I was like, you know what? How about you come over here for some coffee? And I will show you that you're wrong.
Yeah.
And by coffee, I don't mean coffee. I mean, I'm going to smack you upside your head because you won't shut up. So then this other guy, he gets in there, and he's more the like scientific kind of guy, or whatever. And so he starts throwing his big old words, telling them, how, and you need this much aggregate with this much whatever and blah 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 blah. But basically he tells him exactly what I had been saying the whole time. And the guy had been in concrete business for like 20 years and basically says exactly what I said was just a bunch of bigger words. And then all of a sudden the guy was like, "Oh, well, yeah, I didn't really think about that." So I probably shouldn't do live.
Oh no, you do a wonderful
No,
job.
listen to me. I'm rambling again.
No, you did a fine job.
I'm
No,
rambling.
and that was right. You don't need you can't put sand in it. I'll tell you what it does. It turns into like concrete. It's just a mess. You make it worse, 10 times worse than what it ever was to begin with. And I do remember that.
Bye, guys. It's good seeing you. Thank you for coming. And again, if you guys haven't heard of Garden Gurus, make sure you go to the MB Heritage Farms page and check it out because I'm sure anything that they're part of is going to be a wonderful thing. Good, good, good people.
Yeah. I don't know. It can be a mess. She knows how to fix it. I'm just learning. So this is actually my first year. Other than, hey, put that in there and dig that hole. Actually,
But there's a lot of things that we had on our list, our like dream plan
oh yeah,
list that we've had to pretty much scrap. And then there was a couple things that weren't even on the list.
it got added to the list.
Yeah.
That we didn't even know we were going to do.
So, and by a couple things, I'm talking about pork and beans.
Yeah, pork and beans got added to the list. And
That wasn't even part of the plan, but
no, it wasn't.
that'll be a good addition. So,
Then I had to shut it down because then I went out back behind the shed where all my treasures are. And then I got to looking at some mess back here. I'm going to have to thought about getting goats this year and fencing them in and letting them clean up a bunch of that crap back here. But it's just, we got too much going on.
Oh, good.
No, that was part of. We talked about it, and it was just like, yeah, throw that out. Got to. We don't have time. It'd be awesome if spring and summer were 3 to 4 times longer. Gotta throw some stuff out and say, not this year.
It'd be better if winter just wasn't as long.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. You do a bunch of leaves in the fall, Michael?
Yeah, that's what I'm really hoping with the doing the back to Eden gardening because of the size of the garden and not being able to amend it all in one shot. I'm hoping with the back to Eden gardening that I'll have the um, mulch in there and that'll break down. And then obviously, as the year goes along, I'll be adding more and more to it, more green so that I can get more of the green aspect and not just all the brown aspect, and then as it decomposes, it'll just keep making the soil better and better. So
Hi, Chris.
that's what I'm
Thanks
really
for coming in.
hoping that comes from doing the back to Eden garden so that because that's more back to the plan.
Yeah, back to the plan.
That's more long-term
Yeah.
planning is because, to have to continue to amend the soil
Mhm.
over and over and over again.
Yep.
To be able to do it like one big shot, like this year. Because I mean, we got a lot of mulch to put in and to put on. So
Yeah, we did.
by the time that breaks down and adds to the soil, by next year, we should actually have something that we can really, really start with.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Because, I mean, there is one big pile back here we have to move around.
Yeah. And then the plan was to have pretty much it ready to go once the weather hit,
Yeah.
Once the weather started getting warm. But then this happened and that happened. And so we're already behind on our plan.
Oh, yeah. We're behind.
I should have already had the broccoli and the cauliflower and the beets and stuff. They should have already been in the ground and they should have already been started, but it's it just hasn't happened for us. So they're going to go in late and we're going to cross our fingers and hope we still get something. But
Oh, I'm sure we will. We'll be behind schedule. I don't know. Sometimes I think that everything sounds good and it looks good on paper and everything's wonderful and we got a plan, and then you gotta just toss the plan out and get done what you can get
asking, do we have a greenhouse yet? No,
No.
not yet. My greenhouse is, I have
done. Way to go, Robert. Thanks for bringing that up.
We, we don't have a southern facing window. So all that we have is basically two windows facing east. Yeah, facing east. And so we get quite a bit of sun through there. So on one, I have a table that's got like all my green peppers. And then in the other one, I've got like a shelving system that has tomatoes, green peppers, and all the seed starts and everything. I mean, it looks pretty bad, but I don't really care.
They're doing good though. I can't say it. I mean, they're doing good. I know, Robert. She's not salty. She's not. She just wants a greenhouse, and it's not.
I'm not salty till I see everybody else's
Yeah, I
greenhouse.
mean, like we talked about earlier, she does have greenhouse envy. She really does.
Yeah.
She does have greenhouse envy. It's in the plan.
It is,
It is. It's in the plan.
but
And
it
come
just
on over, Robert. You can help us with the plan.
it just wasn't with everything else that we have going on this year. It's just there's no way we could have got that done on top of everything else. So, um, but it kind of worked out well because we ended up getting some chicks, and because we had tore the other chicken part down, realized that I didn't have a brooding house anymore. So with that, and then having to like do a makeshift kind of thing, it's like, okay, well, long term, I would like to have, like a combination kind of thing. So it actually worked out good not having one this year because now I know better what I want more. You're laughing again.
No, 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 I'm not. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you, dear.
Whatever.
No, I'm not, dear. No. No, I'm laughing at Robert. He's cracking me up. He's got a you should read this. Go ahead and read that.
I had a wonderful wife like her. She'd have a wonderful greenhouse and everything she needed to be. Oh, I must be putting off the wrong image if you think I'd be that wonderful of a wife. Did you not see the temper tantrum? And that was just a mini one. That was a baby tantrum.
Oh, oh no, we are gonna get a greenhouse. But yeah, you're Robert. You're just as bad as Michael from Frogfoot. He's rubbing stuff into. Yeah, he's rubbing in his weather, and
He's actually I actually have to watch him because um that shirt I actually had somebody tag me in it, and it was like it said blessed by God, spoiled by my husband. That's definitely me.
when
Because
it comes to Christmas time, just like Christmas time, Christmas time, it's hard to buy for.
yeah, because I already have everything.
And I'm the same way. I mean, usually if we want something, we try to.
But
We got to make sure we need it.
here's the thing: here's how he is. So we have this water spigot, and
We're in Indiana.
yeah, we have this water spigot. I don't know words, so just bear with me. It comes up out of the ground. It's the PEG stuff. It comes up out of the ground and it hooks into the thingy that you turn on. That's the spigot, right?
Spigot. Yes.
Okay. So we got one of those. Well, why are you laughing at me?
No, I'm not laughing at you, dear. No.
I'm saying something dumb. So
No, you're good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
anyway,
I was looking at what Robert wrote.
he hooks it up and it ends up cracking and busting. Like it actually gets a split in it. That breaks. So we have to shut the water off that year. And then the next year he puts another one up and he moves it a little bit more because, it's like, well, if it was over here, it'd be a little bit better. So he moves it over for me. And then what?
Nothing. I'm reading. I'm getting ready to pop up something here on the comments.
So, anyways, okay, I'm gonna make it quick. So, anyways, he buys me another one. That one busts again. So I'm telling him, well, I need another spigot out there so that I can, because right now I'm hauling buckets for the chickens and for pork and beans. And I told him, I said, I really need one out there before I open the pool or get my garden going. And so he's like, well, I really need to buy a outdoor something. What is it?
Do you want
The outdoors, the the turnaround part that goes outside.
spigot?
Yeah, but you said it was outdoors something.
Spigot.
He said he needed some other kind.
Oh, an anti-frost hydrant. There we go.
Why would you do that to me?
Couldn't think of it myself for a second.
Whatever. Get off me.
Oh.
But anyways, he doesn't want to buy one because he says they're expensive.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, well, buy it for me because if you're buying it for me, you'll actually spend the money on it. So go ahead, do whatever it is you're going to do so you quit laughing at me.
I couldn't think of it either off the top of my head. I was like, what the heck is she talking about? I was like, oh, the frost free. Yeah. Yeah, there it is, Robert. Frost free spigot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm asking for it. You're like, spigot. And I was like, no, because that's what you said the other thing was.
Yeah, I didn't know you was talking about the frost.
I said,
I think we're going to put two in. I think we're going to put one in by the pool, and then we're going to put one in out back. I don't know, though. I don't know how many you want. I don't know if you want one by the garden and one for the chickens.
I want one by the garden and then one by the pool. Because if I have the one by the pool and by the garden, either one of those would reach the chickens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're going to put two of them in. That won't be bad. That'll be easy.
I mean, I could deal with one if you put it on the backside of the pool. Because then it would be close enough.
We'll borrow a trencher and throw some pecks in the ground. It won't take very long. That'd be easy enough. Yeah, frost. Yeah. Here, I gotta go.
Rude. Yeah, that's exactly. He's speaking my language. It won't break when it freezes, spigot. I'd have a hard time with words. I just don't know. But yeah, have to dig a trench, 2 foot, big job. Actually, that's not a big job compared to last year. We had to, which is one of the reasons we ended up having to move everything around. Our ground, the table, what's that called? The groundwater table, ground table water. I don't know. The water that's in the ground that comes up, ground table water. That doesn't sound right. Anyways, whatever it is, we were getting a lot of water underneath of our house. So we was having to do a whole bunch of pumping. So we ended up having to dig a trench. And I mean, when I say trench, I'm talking like we had to go down 4 foot and then I had to dig, I call it the river. It runs the side of our house all the way back to where a field was. And that was probably 6 to 8 foot in some areas because the water was just, I mean, we needed that someplace for the water to go. And so, yeah, that was the big job. So to dig down 2 foot to put a line in, that'd be easy compared to what we ended up having to do last year. So, yeah, the water table. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. I am so glad you people understand my jabbering. I feel so stupid on
Oh,
this.
you're not stupid.
I
You
really,
just,
I
you're
really
not
am not
dumb.
that stupid of a person. I just,
You
for
just
some
gotta learn
reason,
how to speak Anjanese.
for some reason, my brain just won't grab certain words sometimes. And so, and then when I already have like, if I already have a name for something, then I can't remember it by the real thing. So then it just, yeah. But I'm really not as stupid as I sound. I sound so
No,
stupid
you
on
just
me.
can't think of what you're thinking of. But
Yeah, my brain just kind of goes,
you're not stupid.
I'm never watching. I'm never watching a live back because I
No,
would
you're
never
doing a
have
fine
enough
job. You
idea.
just gotta. Everybody on here's just gotta learn how. If you need interpretation, just ask
Well,
and
you
put it in the
can't
comments below.
interpret when you take off on me and you just leave me here.
You were
And
talking.
then all these poor people have to try to figure out what I'm trying to say. Thank goodness there's a couple of them that are able to do it.
Hey, we're waving at people on the front porch. Yeah. All plans, not all of them come to frustration. Some of them are good, and some of them are. You just got to do what you got to do. I mean, you just got to overcome and adapt on a lot of stuff. That's just it happens. It happens. You all we got to do is interpret Anjanese, and everything's fine. You do a great job.
Well, I hate having to talk to people that don't know me because I feel like I come across as like a really stupid person, and I'm really not stupid.
Very highly educated.
Well, I'm not really highly educated, but
Oh, Michael, are you doing pumpkins this year? And how do you do your pumpkins? Your pumpkins and watermelons. How do you start them? This year, we tried something different with pumpkins. We
well, don't tell them because that's going to be part of our Shed Wars thing.
huh,
Yeah, because you got to do a tip for the Shed Wars stuff.
oh,
That's going to be my tip. Well, that's going to be your tip
okay.
because he's the seed master now.
I am not.
He really is.
Oh, you passed your GED with flying colors.
Hey, there's some people that can't do that.
There's a lot of people that can't do that. That's great. That's awesome for you.
Planting your pumpkins in June. Why June? I thought that maybe they're further north.
I don't know. We want we want to do some stuff with pumpkins this year. So we did go early.
Yeah.
We went early because there's some things that we want to try to accomplish with pumpkins this year. Red Silo Homestead growing these little pumpkins in the basement. Nope, no basement, but we got them growing in the window, but we will check that out.
There's a couple different places on our property that we want to try to do the pumpkins. Like where we tore the old chicken house down.
Yeah.
There was the chicken run there. So, I mean, I would think that that would still be pretty hot. I mean, I don't think it'd be hot enough to burn, but I would think it would still be pretty hot. So I think we ought to try. I want to try at least some of your plants there.
Yeah.
Just to see.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's a great idea.
we can put some of them where ham and beans are now. So we can kind of get a chicken
pumpkin, a poop pumpkin,
a chicken poop pumpkin, and
Okay.
then a pig poop pumpkin.
pumpkin.
And then we can get a no poop pumpkin. We can try that and see what that happens there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Peace back. Boy, that was a quick trip to town.
What'd you get us, Pete? Did you get us anything good?
You're live tomorrow, aren't you, Pete?
Oh, and somebody asked us, where are you guys? Willow Cove asked us, we're in Indiana.
Maybe he means where are we at?
Oh.
We're on a porch.
We're on our front porch. I said that a while ago.
We was gonna try to turn it so that you guys could like see the field and stuff like that, but our internet it's junk. We live out in the country, so
it's we may try to go out in the garden. You want to try to go out in the garden and do a live stream?
that'd be nice if I can get it out there. But
Right.
that'll probably have to be like in the middle of the day when nobody else is around. Pete says that he is going to have his live on tomorrow. So if you guys want, I would suggest you guys go over there tomorrow.
Check out Pete.
Yeah. Place. What team are y'all? Woodcutter.
Team Woodcutter.
Ooh.
Woodcutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Robert's team. Team Woodcutter.
Well, I appreciate you coming, Robert. Thank you very much.
Behave yourself. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Michael, I did see your comment up there. Frogfoot, that's cool. That's good. Good way to start them. He said here to keep y'all in line. Yeah. We need close adult supervision. Team will it grow?
It won't grow.
Team won't grow. Team
it won't grow. I'm sure that's how she
team it won't grow.
You know, that has to be
all in capitals. Team it won't grow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, I think it was a typo error.
Was it?
Yeah. It says team will it grow, but it has to be a typo error. Yeah.
I don't know what team that is. I'm not really sure.
I'm just kidding. There is some amazing people over on Team Will It Grow. Awesome, awesome people. Actually learned quite a bit, even from John. Don't say anything though.
Say that out loud.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
You gotta give credit where credit's due. Even if I said it quietly. Hopefully nobody tells him.
But yeah, we're going to try our pumpkins and watermelons in different strategic areas on the property to see where they grow the best at. That's really just what we want to try.
But there's just a lot on our plan because, like I said, the pumpkins and the watermelons and my plan was supposed to go in a certain area. That's not working. So now we're having to readjust and see how, see where else we can go.
Right.
And see what else we can do because
it's in the plan. That plan probably will happen.
What's it going to happen? We can't put them there. We've already talked about this.
No. I thought you said the chicken, the old chicken one. That's my fault. I misunderstood you.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Oh.
I can answer that. Yes, it will be. I can answer.
Secret seeds will be a challenge for all. We didn't get in on that.
No,
We didn't get a partner. So,
we didn't get a partner for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So our secret seeds are such a secret that we don't even know what they are.
Yeah.
That's a pretty secretive seed. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get in on that part of it. Plus, we were trying to think of if we did,
Thanks for coming, Brian.
if anybody did find the smallest vegetable that we did. That way it didn't weigh very much. You want to send somebody like a watermelon seed.
Well, you do if they're on our team.
Well, I think you had to do that on the opposite team.
Oh,
I think
I don't know.
I think the secret seed was you had to get somebody on the opposite team.
I thought it was just you got with somebody else that you just partnered with somebody else. I don't know.
We didn't get in on that part of it.
Yeah. We need more woodcutters. At least 2 Willow Grove members need partners. I mean, we would be willing
Yeah,
to do it.
we'd be willing to do it.
don't know.
Yeah, we'd be more than happy to do it.
Yeah, we don't have a partner, so
Yeah. Here, I'll let
that
you
is
answer this
super,
one.
super secret. I don't understand what Shed Wars is at all. It is, well, can I just invite Robert? I don't know if you are set to come up, but if you are, I'm gonna put this in here so that Robert can come up. He would probably do a better job explaining it. He says, you want to partner with me? Yeah, absolutely, Pete. I'd love to
Shoot,
partner
yeah,
with
Pete.
you.
That'd be awesome.
Robert, there's the link if you want to come up and try to explain it, because I'm sure you would probably do a better job at it than I would.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pete, that'd be awesome. Absolutely.
But Shed Wars is a pretty amazing, amazing community. We actually stumbled across it. Do you not have a partner already? We just got with Pete, and me and us and Pete are going to partner. So, yeah. We have to see your face. No, we don't have to. Not until already said not until he hits the 1,000,000 subscribers.
Yep, that was his.
Once he hits the 1,000,000 subscribers, we get to see his face. But yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, Pete, we have to email and send each other the seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how does I think that's. Do you send them like 2 or 3 seeds?
I think you can send them as many seeds.
Or
I think you can send them as many seeds as you want, but you have to pick one plant out of all the seeds that you grow, and you have to pick the one plant.
Oh, so you would plant like 3 of them, but then you have to pick like the best,
right?
And that's the one that you go with,
right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, I don't know, Pete. Robert, I don't know if Pete already had a partner. Did I, Robert? Not as far. He says he doesn't. So
we're partners now. So yeah.
Good job.
Okay. Well, I put the thing up, and Robert is not coming up. So I'm going to do the best that I can to explain Shed Wars. Okay. So Shed Wars is a YouTube community, and it's actually online too. They have a website as well. It is a global community, and what they are doing is they are helping other people grow. You help teach other people to grow. You learn in the community. There's actually 2 teams. One is from John. One is John's team. It's Team Will It Grow, and that's his channel. Will It Grow. His name is John. And then there is another team The better team clearly is the team woodcutter, and our captain is actually Homestead Aquarius. But we kind of go at it. We do weigh-ins, and whatever food that we either grow or harvest or whatever, we weigh it in. So there's kind of ongoing tally of weight for each team, and that's the Northern Hemisphere. But there's also a Southern Hemisphere, because it is not just a North America
Right.
cooperation type thing or whatever.
There it
Here
is.
we go.
Get,
We
we
got
get
that.
expert on the line.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, folks, can you hear me?
Yep.
I can.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Well, I had to get my. Oh, I've got a heck of a delay there.
It might be ours.
Yeah, very well could be, because our
Okay.
internet is way out there.
Try something there.
I know, we're just waving at people on the front porch.
I think I know what I did. If I'm still there.
Yeah, I hear you.
You need a hammer?
Okay. There we go. I committed the YouTube still playing in the background sin instead of going right through. I had to close that out. Yeah, that's cool. You were doing a great job. I hate to be rude now and interrupt you.
No, go.
Well,
man.
Well, Shed Wars, we started it last spring, and it's a worldwide global gardening collaboration. And the main thing for us to do with this is we wanted to teach people how to grow food again, have fun doing it, give a place where people could make gardening videos and do all these things like different. It's like, who's ever seen people making serious gardening videos, but they're making jokes at each other, poking fun and having fun with each other. And that's what Shed Wars is about. Now, but a lot of it is in my spirit. Part of what that drives me is to help get the word out to people, for people to be more self-sufficient, and be able to do that. Grow their own food wherever they are. That's incredibly important to me. I think that many of us who are growing our own food, we keep up with some of the news that we see. The alternative news, for me, a big inspiration is Full Spectrum Survival, Ice Age Farmer. These people, we want to try to get ready for people to have a hard time finding food, and even if they just do it to save some money and grow their own healthy food. But that's with anything. That's just one part of the Shed Wars. But it started out as a way to help John at Will It Grow his channel. When Mark found him, he was a very small channel, and he says, "Hey, let's help this guy out. Let's help him grow. I've got an idea." And that's how it kind of started out. And so that's what we did. We saw John. It's like I saw him up there. I'm like, dude, this guy is great. He's up there in Cape Cod growing inside. He's an oyster fisherman, and he's doing all his gardening stuff, and they've got such a short season. This is exactly the kind of person I want to promote to people. And it's just grown from there. And it's all the mouth running and trash talking and everything. And that's what you don't see in a normal gardening community. And that good natured camaraderie, is what makes it so special for me. I watched Jandera yesterday, or it's probably about 2 or 3 o'clock this morning. I watched her, and she almost had me shedding tears of happiness. And I could have. There's nobody but the dog to be ashamed of me for crying here. But she touched my heart with what she said and how much Shed Wars has meant to her. And I highly suggest anybody that doesn't follow Jandera, she is a wonderful person and has helped us tremendously down there in the Southern Hemisphere. An amazing gardener, does some incredible aquaponics. But what I want to bring out in Shed Wars, and John and I are continuing this on, are all kinds of ways to grow your own food. Are you in an apartment? Are you on a farm? Are you a seal diddler on the tip of Cape Cod? Do you like to, grow some food, in your garden, and in your spare time you go chase down baby seals and beat them over the head, right?
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
John right there. He's a Yankee. He don't care about no baby seals. And the thing is, it's starting to smell like seals in here. It really is.
I smelled that too.
Yeah.
I can smell it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kind of a
yeah,
foul odor.
Like dead baby seals and plants that won't grow.
Oh, yeah. There was a slight smell earlier with some of the other the teammates, but now it's like the smell is like really.
What is that?
It's terrible.
Really bad.
It smells like rotten fish bait in here. What
it does.
What is that?
It kind of does. I don't know what that is.
I mean, if there's somebody in here that knows where that smell's coming from, there's
like
the invite. You can come up and,
like somebody
blame
stepped
yourself.
in something.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. That's awesome.
You guys crack me up. I like how Frogfoot Holler put in growing gardens, growing channels, and growing people, because it really has been all of those. Like I was one of those people, I actually thought I was a pretty decent gardener. I'm not saying that I'm terrible, but I didn't realize just how much there was to learn from everybody. Just not even like the science aspect of it, but I mean, even like the small things that really makes sense. And for the different areas, because there's some areas, that it's just
there's a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot of knowledge.
And you have people, from the northern hemisphere, you have people from the southern hemisphere. Woo, that smell got strong, didn't
Lord,
it?
that's what the smell is right there.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, gosh. He looks like a baby seal clubber, don't he? Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him. He's got the smell of their suffering on him.
Yeah, well, at least they have something to look at.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. Boom.
I thought maybe the smell was, I was getting a whiff of like dead, decaying tadpoles of frogs, and it drew my attention to this channel for whatever reason.
No, ain't nothing wrong with my frogs.
Sit back and watch these two go.
This is a good show. Go get some.
Yeah. We need popcorn.
No.
How are you guys? How are you guys doing?
Doing good. We was asked earlier what Shed Wars was, and I had a feeble attempt at trying to explain it, and then Robert come on and was doing a much better job, and then that smell come across, and it was like, well, there's another one that can explain it much better.
I'm sure Robert has done a fine job.
Oh, I blab.
I just figured I would come up here and kind of settle them down a little bit.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I made a mistake of saying some decent things about you.
Oh, I heard everything you had to say. I've been here for the past 10 minutes.
You didn't hear what I said, did you?
Huh? I
didn't
heard
do like
everything you guys. I heard pretty much heard everything you guys say. I'm one of the Gail Southern Living. She calls me a lurker.
Oh.
I do remember that. John's
Yeah,
always lurking or
she's
got
always.
somebody lurking there.
John is always watching. Yes, he is.
Well, the
Yeah.
nice things that I was saying about a John was not you. It's a different John.
It was
So,
a completely different John.
Completely different guy.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, must have been Castle Hives.
Just for the people in the chat, I want y'all to understand. You know, we joke around a lot, but I'm going to tell you seriously. John paid me $1,000 a long time ago to say nice things about him, and I'm still making good on that contract. I didn't mean any of it.
Hey, that was like a lifetime contract.
Oh no, I don't think so.
I've written farms.
What did you misread the print?
Look at you cheating with the fine print. You know I'm an old man here.
Yeah, I know, but I unfortunately I am about to drop a video that not many people are going to be happy about, but it should be coming out in about 10 minutes. So
You're not talking about my tadpoles in this video, are you?
no,
Okay.
no,
All right. Well, it's all good then.
no. So a lot of people are not going to like it too much, but
This
I
is
have
one
to.
of the reasons I like Shed Words is because the harassment across the board.
Yeah,
all in
you
good.
know, you know, even though I was, you know, I'm gonna call it from now on. I'm gonna call it. Oh, I'm Gale lurking is what I'm doing.
Gale lurking.
lurking.
Yeah, I'm Gale lurking. So you were lucky. You said really nice things.
Scared.
Okay, hey Gale, Southern Living. There we go. We just came up with a new term. Gale lurking in the chats. There we go.
She's your spy, isn't she? We know who it is now.
Robert, do we have spies on our team? Just wondering. Are we out there where we need to be spying and knowing where everything's happening?
Uh-oh.
Or are we not divulging that information?
I have 4 spies.
Uh-oh. Who are you making mad in your new video? Or are you gonna have to wait to see it?
Well, you wait so that you can watch it on his channel.
All right.
That just means everybody needs to go over to Will It Grow and watch the next video.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you're trying to ruin the fun here. I mean, you want me to tell you what
No,
you need
no.
to watch, and please watch till the end so you don't get offended.
Well,
Because
I
because
think-
one day it might just be you.
Oh, I'm sure it will be at one point.
No, it won't be me.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, why? Why? Because you're a woman, you don't think it'll be you? Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Who? Us?
Where
Yeah.
did you get this in the gardening community? It didn't exist before Shed Wars, to my knowledge.
No, it didn't. It didn't. That's why it's so unique. Is we can grow our own vegetables, grow our own food, teach, learn, and have a little good time at it. Why not? Why
Yeah.
so stiff? You know, hey, look at my tomato plant, and then 2
And
weeks later, hey, look at my tomato plant.
Here's something that I love to do, and maybe y'all do the same thing. During the winter, when everything is so cold and we're not doing a whole lot, we can watch the people in Australia, New Zealand, Africa,
That's right.
all of
Yes.
these places. And I've done that for years. And,
That's
to
right.
get my gardening fix, right? But now I can do it and know that these people that are down there are my friends. And we're all part of the same group and
Yes.
the same effort. And that's incredible. I mentioned Jandera. I'd
Jandera.
like to mention 254 Nature Growers.
Yes, she's fantastic. Yeah, from Kenya. She's from Kenya.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. Yeah.
Kenya. And I watched her today in this dry climate there in Kenya. And she's working her bottles, watering bottles in the ground. And she still has very few subscribers, but
Yeah.
her spirit is incredible. I just love her spirit and could listen to her talk and her enthusiasm for gardening for hours just for that. but to know that we are friends and partners and everything with people in Kenya. We got Citizen Guardian over there in Kenya teaching prepping and gardening. We've got one more in
Is he in
Africa.
South Africa or Kenya?
He's in South Africa.
South Africa.
But we have Surge. Surge grows organic.
Surge
in
grows
Africa.
organic. Yeah.
An incredible gardener. He's out
Yeah.
there in that dry stuff too, using a trench method with compost in between the rows that he's growing, and lots of other things. But that's what makes what we've done with Shed Wars so magic. Now we got little issues rough around the edges or whatever. We got John to deal with, and I never know what he's gonna say.
That's
You know.
right.
But he is cute on the screen, and we like that.
It's a lot of fun.
He's the
Is
poster
there a
child.
bromance going? Do you guys need us?
No, 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 no,
He's
no, no.
long
There
gone.
there is no romance going.
I mean, we can shut this down. You guys can do a little private thing.
No, there is no such thing as private thing between me and him. No. It's
Oh.
we share email here and there, back and forth. Hey, look, this, what's going on, this, and
Mandate.
boom,
Mandate.
that's enough.
There is nothing wrong with mandates, John.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
that
mandates.
was-
I have plenty of mandates when
Yeah,
I go
yeah.
to work with the men. Plenty of mandates.
Yeah, no.
Hillbilly Pete. Hillbilly Pete wants to do some investigating. Hillbilly Pete. There you go. Go
Gonna meet up with
investigate.
Sheriff.
He's going to meet up with that beathead.
Yep.
You ain't going to get much information out of that beathead anyway. So
What?
There's at some point in time, Pete. We need to get together. We need
Yeah.
to meet up.
Yep.
Maybe we ought to do our secret seed swap in person.
Yeah.
We're always in Kentucky anyway.
Yeah,
So
we're always-
who are you swapping seed with?
Pete?
Pete's Little Homestead.
Hillbilly Pete?
Yeah.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
you're supposed to refer to him as Hillbilly Pete from now on. That's
Okay.
what that's what I named him. He's a hillbilly, and he's Hillbilly Pete.
Well, the hillbilly in front of Pete just makes us like him even more.
Yeah.
The only problem is he's on that rotten team, the
Yeah,
Grove.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, but we don't hold that against him. That wasn't his fault.
He didn't have no choice.
he had to come with me.
He had to
you know?
go. He didn't have a choice.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
had
you-
to come with me.
You needed some good stuff over there on your side, so we
The woodchucks, you guys are harsh. You guys are harsh on hillbillies, And
I
and
can't be harsh on. I can't
I
be
mean-
harsh on Billy.
Hillbilly Pete, he's fantastic, and we're gonna do good together this year.
Oh,
I am not a hillbilly. I am a hill jack.
Yeah,
Hill Jack.
There's a
Jack.
difference.
there is a difference.
A hill
what's that?
jack wears shoes in the wintertime.
Yep.
Hillbillies don't have to.
Hmm.
That is the definition
There's
of
the
that.
difference. So I'm hill
So-
jack, not hillbilly.
So both of you are hilljacks.
No, he's got sissy feet.
I'm just like a jackwagon most of the
Oh,
time.
Oh, I was just about to call you something other than jackwagon.
It's a
Jack
polite
wagon.
term. That's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the,
I remember when she actually made the video, and she's like, oh yeah, this is my innovations and all this stuff, and it's like,
I tell you what, though, I'm not kidding, John. He has done more this year than he ever has.
yeah.
He has legit. He has started more seeds than I have.
no, but I know,
they've
but
actually
I couldn't help myself but to actually pause the video, laugh out loud a little bit, while my wife looks at me like I'm stupid, and I'm just
sure you get that a
staring,
lot.
and I'm just laughing at this paused video, and he's standing there with his chest puffed out like,
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's just how he stands.
It's just the way
Yeah.
it is, bro. Sorry.
yeah, I'm doing it. I'm going to be the whole difference up in here. And I'm like, okay. And I'm sorry, but I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, I don't really stick it out. It just happens. Sorry. It's just more-
I'm gonna step out. It's getting a lot of testosterone up in here.
It's either testosterone or a lot of hormone. It just happens.
Paid a lot of money
But-
for those injection shots.
Hey, they can be pricey. I hear.
They can be. They can be. Home doctor visits, all that. Yeah.
Where did I make your live go south?
No,
No.
we were just on.
Oh, okay. Because
It's
Robert
funny.
was saying you guys were saying really nice things about me. I show up, we're talking about human growth hormones for the breasts and all kinds of things.
I'm just glad you weren't here. No, if it went south way early on when I was trying to talk and I started yapping and
It went
Lost
south of
my mind.
groundwater table.
yeah, it was way bad.
Yeah.
Don't go back and watch it because it's bad.
Yeah.
Like
I,
I'm
I
not,
was watching pretty much the whole time.
Okay.
I was just gill lurking. That's all.
I'm not ever. I swear I shouldn't do lives.
April, Brayton Farms. April, how are you? Nice to see you, April. I don't know if is it April? Brayton Farms.
Remember names. I'm awful with that.
Yeah, I'm
All right,
pretty
Michael,
decent.
take
I'm pretty
care, buddy.
decent with names. But Brayton Farms is April. Willow Cove Craft. I don't know who that is.
How does one find a team, or is it too late? Well, the official end of everything was, a while back for all entries. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know if I know you or not. I'm going to come see you, Willow Cove Croft.
We will go
come
check
see
out.
you.
We will go check out your channel.
No,
and,
there ain't no we. No. I said I'm going to go check him out.
Oh, okay, fine. Then you go check
mean,
him
arm
out.
when did I
wrestling.
say we? Did I say we? No, I said I'm going to go check out your
Maybe
channel.
I'm interested in checking out his channel because maybe if you aggravate me in the future and
You
and
have
I'll
the best pick though, there, John. So the next
That's
one
right.
is on our team.
It's my turn.
no, it's
Well,
it's
I mean,
actually
it's,
it's actually
you know.
his turn. It's
Exactly.
actually
So
his
you don't
turn.
need to be checking anybody out.
I hate your feel. You want to point that finger at me one too many times. I think this is it. You know what? You took Meemaw, right?
Yeah, I
You-
did take me more.
But
That's
no,
right.
No, dude. Meemaw lives with Lori. That's mother and daughter, and you're
I don't
busting
care.
up families.
She has a YouTube channel. She wanted to garden. I don't care. She emailed me. She says, John, I would be interested in joining. Is this possible? And I said, Mima, of course it's possible.
Oh,
I'll
man.
make it happen. I drafted her. Because she had a channel.
No, you didn't draft her. You brought her in.
No,
after
I
the
didn't
draft.
draft her. Yes, after the
No,
fact.
she wasn't
Yes.
part of the draft. You brought her in after
Yes, I did.
it was all done, and we said the deadline was over, and that's cheating, and that's putting a spy and an enemy in my camp, and hurting feelings between the two of them. Don't you think of anything that you do?
Yeah, well, I'll be addressing that situation when my video comes out.
Well, why don't you go ahead and address it, son? We
I
already
am
know
going to
you-
address it. Oh, now
you're-
I'm
you're
your
sitting
son.
there.
Now I'm your
You're-
son.
And I hate that, but I didn't raise a son that's going to beat baby seals over the head with a club, just because he don't like them. I didn't raise a son to go busting up mother and daughter, So no, I'd hate to claim you. You're really
Home
just
record.
figured.
Home
Yeah,
record.
well, if you want to go visit Willow Cove Croft, go visit them. Go ahead. And I'll go visit them too, so I can check out exactly who they are, because I don't know who they are. I will go check it out. And
Well, just go ahead and tell John that you're not interested, that you want to be on the woodcutting winning team. Just go ahead and tell him.
And just so you know, John,
yeah,
Willow Cove Croft is not a man. This is a lady we're talking
I never
about.
said it was a man.
Well, one of
Well,
us did, and I think you did.
No, I didn't say he was a man.
Well, look at you, just did it again.
I didn't say he was a man.
Willow, is there something funny? Is there a reason why you're laughing?
Wilson?
guys, I'm
We don't-
having fun, but I gotta go drop this video. But I will stay Gail lurking in the background. Okay, guys?
Now,
Thanks for
Be
stopping,
good, John.
John.
Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Take care.
You got
Check it
and
out.
Robert, expect an email from me tonight. You understand me, sir?
ooh,
You gotta
Thank
go to
you.
the principal's office.
He sounds scared. You sound terrified.
You are, Robert. You're terrified, aren't you? You gotta go to the
my.
principal's
Principal's office.
office.
Boy, I made you. I hope you're still in here.
Oh, I'm sure he's still there listening.
Yeah, you remember his
Uh-huh.
lurking?
He's
Who
lurking.
made who? That's not, when you raise up a kid and they start getting mouthy like that, I tell you what,
What do
I
you
just
do?
don't know what I'm going to do with him.
It's too big for their britches.
The prodigal son.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ground him.
I understand.
Yeah, have we totally messed up your live stream now and
Oh,
confused what
no.
Shed Wars is all about?
No.
Oh, yeah, with the Secret Seed Challenge, people were asking questions about that. It's basically you pick out a seed that that you partner up with someone. It needs to be something that they can grow in their area, and they do the same for you. And you grow it out, and it's not just a single seed. Send them enough to where they can have a shot at growing them and being successful. We don't want to hurt each other. We want everybody to be successful. Give them enough to do that, and give them 3 tips on how to grow it, and we go from there and grow at least one of those plants out to maturity and get the fruit or the vegetable or whatever it's off of, whatever it makes, and you've completed the challenge. And everybody that does that goes into a drawing for prizes at the end of Shed Wars, I believe is what we're doing. We'll have many gladiator challenges like that throughout the season, and each of them will have their own prizes. And there's some really cool stuff. Hoss Tools has come on board. That's
cool.
Yeah, John brought Hoss Tools in early. He told them what was going on, and they said they wanted to be a part of us, and so they sponsor us in our efforts in part, and that's really spectacular.
And what is the website so that anybody can go look for it if they're not on YouTube? I also know Lori did the website. What is?
Yeah. Well, now there's a Shed Wars website, and that's shedwars.com. And then Hoss Tools, HOSSTOOLS.
I am not.
I guess that can be found easy enough, but Hoss Tools. Now, here's the thing. If you go to John's channel, or you may be able to go to the Shed Wars channel and use the links. We have an affiliate link that's through John. And if you use that link to buy anything from Hoss Tools, their seeds and tools or whatever you want, then you get a discount. So I think that's the way it is.
So y'all heard that. Go to John's channel. That's Will It Grow. And he will have a link in his descriptions that you can go through Haas and get your and tools and stuff through Haas Tools.
That's right. He may have it on his About page. I'm not sure. But on each of his videos, he does have that link. If we don't have it at the website, we're going to put that on there. I've got so much going on with Shed Wars, so many different things happening. I can't stay on top of everything. But Lori does an incredible job out there. And, I can't speak highly enough for that. Which, John, it still smells like seals. Which one is correct?
Still lurking.
Yeah, he's still lurking.
Gail lurking.
I thought we scraped that off of our boot, but I guess not.
He said it's on all of his videos and the website.
Okay, very good. Very good.
So anybody that wants to check that out, it's on.
And that money, at least some of that money, goes to buying stuff and doing things for Shed Wars. So it's a good thing for us to do that. And Hoss Tools has got some amazing things. A good company. Oh,
They have those the seed trays. Man, every time I see somebody using those, I get seed tray envy.
Yeah, Brokewood got 'em.
They
I
are
want real stuff. I want real gardening stuff, and not like
Yeah.
plastic cups and and cut off bottles and stuff like that. You know,
rotisserie chicken.
milk carton.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
is sitting. That's literally what's in our windows right now.
Uh,
So every time
the-
I see that, I'm just like,
yeah, the rotisserie
that
chicken covering. Yeah.
I did that video. I did a video talking about that because I've got the same thing going here.
Well,
Yeah.
we watched it, and after we got one somewhere.
Oh, we got
a watermelons growing in my mouth.
yeah, we got an even better one than that. Okay, so you can go and you can get the silverware, like the plastic silverware, and it's got it's a pretty decent tray, and it's like that deep, but it's split for your knives and forks and spoons. So
Yeah.
you can have 3 different kinds of seeds going in one thing, and it's got the plastic lid.
It's got the divider, the lid, everything
Yeah.
on it. It's ready to
Oh,
go.
that's cool. Now, have y'all seen the garden innovation that Hickory Croft Farms did?
Hickory Croft. What?
They were on our live
Hickory
last.
Croft Farms. Check
Yeah.
them out.
There.
They
I don't
Oh
remember.
yeah, we've been there. We've been there and
Yeah.
I
watched
don't
it. I
remember
don't know
what
if
their
we.
innovation was though. What was that? Their green? That wasn't their greenhouse, was it?
No, we watched the greenhouse one though. I don't know if we watched the innovation one.
Yeah, he's got a slick one. And you need to go check that out. If the idea of the silverware trays turns y'all on, you're going to love what he did.
We'll have to go watch it.
Mm-hmm. I don't
Abby's
want to give it
life's back.
away.
Hi, Abby. Welcome back.
Hey, Abby.
But yeah, I want to get some of the grown up stuff to like the Haas tool trays and
Yeah,
um
Michael was on from Frogfoot Holler, and he's got those, and he was rubbing that in.
mhm.
Yeah, he's got the exact same.
John's lightweight, but if John can jump up and down on the thing and drive a truck over it, that's a strong, piece of equipment. It's gonna last.
All right, Willow Cove, thanks for coming in. We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Willow. Appreciate it.
Hope you were not offended.
If you guys haven't checked her out, go check her out. I mean, she's one of those she's got one of those, it's just a really good vibe, where you just, I don't know.
I will check
Channel
you out.
has a good vibe.
Willow Cove Croft, I will find you tonight sometime and see what you've got going on over there. Shed Wars is for all levels of gardening. It doesn't matter if you want to. It's not about finding people that can grow a tremendous amount of food or big channels. It's not about that. Shed Wars is a place where anybody. We've got big channels and small channels, people in apartments. All coming together under the same thing. Just show what you're doing. And that's what Shed Wars is. Help one another. Everybody's equal. And in fact, in the spirit of one of the reasons why we created Shed Wars was to help John, the smaller channels, I want smaller channels to benefit the most from anyone. But it is an equal playing field. We try to keep it that way. It is still YouTube.
Yeah.
But real friendships and real appreciation is there. And John is, despite all the mouth running that's ever been done, John is an awesome guy, and we're good friends. It's all fun. But
I just love seeing the difference, because like the Southern Hemisphere, like it was winter, and I'm a winter whiner. I already talked about that earlier, but being able to live vicariously through somebody else is growing. And yeah, it kind of makes winter not quite as bad because it reminds me that there's hope, it's coming, and then in the northern hemisphere, it covers such a huge range from, I mean, we got people in Florida to people all the way up in Canada, with the Hickory Croft
Croft.
and Quebec Homestead. I mean, they are like way, way up there, and they're still able to grow enough for the entire family with like one of the shortest growing seasons ever.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
it's kind of one of those things. If they can do it, we can do it, and even not even so much, if they can, we can. It's just a more along the lines of they show how they are able to do it with such a short growing season,
Mhm.
and then you have the others that are straight container gardening, because I have there's a few of our subscribers that we know that they live in an apartment and in a condo,
Right.
so they don't have the land like we do, so we're actually doing our own little mini patio, I guess you would say, and growing mainly just for them so that they can see, that you don't have to have all the land, but then there's so many channels that's how they grow enough food just using containers.
Right.
So
That's exactly right.
huge,
There's so many ways.
wide range of people, and everybody's got something to teach.
Oh yeah.
And think about this. If we do, I mean, let's look, right? Prices on everything is going up, right?
Oh yeah.
The
Mhm.
prices of food is going
Oh,
up. Now, if it was just food, well, that would be kind of weird, right? But it's not.
It's not just
It's everything. And
Well, and
everyone's
there's food that you
paychecks
can't
are
buy
not.
now.
That's right. And there's everybody's paychecks are not going up. Self-sufficiency and old ways of thinking are going to be coming back around
Right.
as a necessity to all of those people who are not paying attention and already doing it now. They're going to say, "Oh, I ain't got but $10. What am I going to have? What am I going to do?" You know. But if you've got some seeds and a little bit of dirt, at least you can take out one of the needs that you know for life and grow at least something.
Right.
How many people are in apartments in this world? And those are the people that I really worry about. They don't have a backyard. They have nothing. They've got a balcony or a front step. And the idea of all of these people growing their own food, or at least some of it, and to try to be more self-sufficient as a group there, turning the green spaces they've got instead of grass, putting that into gardens for the community or whatever. That's incredible thinking. That's an incredible thought to me. But it's a way forward. And
It's dying art. If we keep going the way we're going, there's going to be generations that don't know how to do it.
Right.
I mean, just even like the canning. I grew up canning with my mom, so I mean it was second nature to me. But most people our age and younger, when there was the food shortage and you couldn't find greens anywhere, and some of the other stuff, it was just like, I mean, I've got my green beans, and so there was actually people that was asking me, how do you can, how do you do all this, because they never learned, because it's something that we're not teaching all the time. So as generations go, less and less people start doing it. So if we keep going down that road, like our granddaughter's generation, all the knowledge is going to be gone.
that's right. And we can't really, I don't think that we can stop the world from changing into a vastly different place than it is now. We can't. That requires everybody to be selfless and thinking of the past generations and the next generations to come. And I don't think that's going to happen. The masses are not going to. We don't have all we can do is, like what you're talking about with the canning, is to keep I liken it to a flame, a sacred flame of knowledge that's passed down to us, through the generations. And for everybody that's doing that, for these old ways, they are my heroes. The quilters, the canners, the foragers. Think about how many people that have died in the past from eating a mushroom. How many people have had to suffer to gain knowledge of what is safe to eat in our world? And not everything that we eat today comes from those early days of learning what was good to eat and not. It's amazing to me. I'm kind of simple-minded about those things. And the thoughts, honestly, of eating a bug burger or a worm burger or fake meat,
Yeah.
I really don't want no part of that, not until I have to.
Yeah, I understand that. Shoot, yeah. When you said mushrooms, I had to run over there and look at my mushroom patch and see if they're growing.
What kind of mushrooms you got going?
Don't know if they're going to go.
Oh,
That may be another video. I'm not sure, but
okay. We'll keep it quiet.
no, that's fine. That's fine.
We'll
Morel.
keep it quiet.
We're trying a morel patch. Don't know if it's going to work or not, but
Hey, there you go.
I'm
We're
kind of thinking that we might have put it in the wrong area. But yeah.
It's a mixture.
Hey,
But hopefully they come up. And if they don't, we'll try it somewhere else. I'm going to try it again. They'll come up. No, they will somewhere.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing your video and seeing how you did it. That's awesome stuff. But I don't want to hog you live or anything. I let somebody else jump up here.
Actually, we're starting to get pretty dark here, and
time to get moving on.
I think we're close to shutting her down.
Okay, buddy. Well, thank you.
I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you, Robert. We do appreciate it very much.
Well, I appreciate you folks. Let's go Shed Wars and Team Woodcutter.
Hey, Woodcutter, whoop whoop. Take care. Yeah, Abby's Life. We have not seen the video yet.
No, he was just on here telling us that everybody's got to go check it out and to make sure to watch it all the way to the end. So when we get off here, we're probably definitely going to go check it out so that, it's got to be pretty good.
I'm sure it's a good one. He was pretty proud of himself.
He seemed like he was pretty happy with it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I'm sure I don't know if he's still lurking or not.
Gale lurking?
I'm not sure.
But,
oh, there's Pete.
Okay. I will be watching for it, and normally I am awful about watching the emails, but I will be on the lookout for it. So yeah,
absolutely.
Do our little seed swap and get to growing.
We appreciate it, Diamond Bell, for showing up. Pete's Homestead, Abby's Life, Willow Cove. We appreciate it. Robert, Homestead Aquarius, thank you very much.
We appreciate you all coming out, and we hope you have a great evening and a great weekend. And remember, there's a lot of Shed Wars members that do lives on Friday. Mm-hmm. So be sure to go check those out. And have a wonderful evening.
All right. Take care, all.
God bless.